Hello and welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to be showing my library. It's not really a library, my books are all scattered. Oh, they were scattered until me and my mom started cleaning my room. Right here is a stone. You can use it as like a book stopper or stopper or whatever. Well, according to this is the authentic piece of the London Bridge, the old bridge. I believe, I'm not sure. My great-grandma had it and she came from England, so yeah. So this is no typical order. Well, this area isn't. So let's start. This one is Warriors Don't Cry. It's about the after the landmark case of Brown versus the Board of Education, I can't pronounce the name, was one of the 9 teenagers chosen to integrate to Little Rock Central High School, and this is just about her and them. Which I meant the rest of the students. The Jungle, you probably heard of it. War and Remembrance, right here. Oh yeah, I bought this because I just wanted to see if it's, just read it, just because. Right here it's, sorry about my camera, I'm using my phone. And it's kind of hard to record since my room is pretty small. But this is All Quiet on the Western Front. I read it in 8th grade. I might read it again. This is one of my favorite books. When The Winds of War, I think this came out before War and Remembrance. Then I can't pronounce it, but this book is about when Germany in World War II was invading France, and what happened there. Then the Doctor Who Algae book, it goes up to an earthly child to the snowman. The snowman, I think that's what it was called. It was one of those. It just basically tells you a bunch of facts and statistics about the show. The best teen writing of 2012. My brother was in a writing camp. To become a better writer. He kind of gave up on that, but he had this book, so I just got it from him. Then I got the Jungle Books. It was one of the classic, it's a Barnes & Noble's classic, so from them. The Boys of 67, Charlie Company's War in Vietnam. The 60 Years War for the Great Lakes is about, since I live in Michigan, it's kind of interesting to learn about the lakes, since they're basically just like mini seas, and wars have been fought on them like in 1812, but this one goes to from 1754 to 1814, so the end of the War of 1812. White Hurricane, it's about, I have a DVD about this. It was in one of my updates. I'm not sure which one. But it's about, there was a storm on the Great Lakes in November. A snowstorm, and it was one of the worst. It like destroyed lots of boats and killed a lot of people that were on the Great Lakes. If you don't know about the Great Lakes, are one of the toughest lakes because most boats that sailed on them in the past, like probably early 1900s and before that, some after the early 1900s, like the Edmund Fitzgerald, but some of them, like, they always sank or stuff. There's even a map showing all of the, or most of the Great Lakes shipwrecks across all 5 lakes. Then I got the Flying Circus. It's the Round Summers did of flyers. Stuff. It's mostly. I just bought this because I think it was on sale. Yeah, it was 50% off. So I bought that. My mom bought me this. Harry Potter and the Cursed Child, Part 1. Wait, no, not Part 1. It's both parts are in here, I believe. Yeah, they are. I haven't read it yet. It's in a play format, not like a regular novel. So, yeah. Then I got the Walking Dead. Oh, they're out of order. Complimenting 1, 2, and 3. I'm still on the 3rd one. It's interesting to read this. If you like the show, you can read them because some parts are like the show and some parts are completely different. Obviously, this came out first, and yeah, it's pretty fun to read. If you do buy it, I would recommend these because it costs more to just buy each individual chapter. Or, yeah. Then I got Harper Lee's Ghost of the Ratchmen. I haven't read this yet. I read To Kill a Mockingbird. I might read that again. Then I got George R.R. Sorry for my pronunciation of R. That's one of the words I struggle with. Martin's Game of Thrones. Well, it's actually the Song of Ice and Fire. That's the actual name. But this is a prequel. A Knight of the Seven Kingdoms. It's about. I don't even recall what it's about. Oh yeah, that won't help. But it's this one knight who travels around with his companion, whose nickname is Egg. Their names pop up a couple times with the Maester from, I think it's Castle Black, on the wall. I don't recall it the Maester's name, but he knew them. This takes place 100 years before the events of the Song of Ice and Fire, better known as Games of Thrones. Next, I got this Animal of the World Encyclopedia. It's not the best one. There's some better ones out there, but there was one time when I was trying to make my own animal encyclopedia, and that failed because like there's 160,000 types of butterflies, and I just said, yeah, that's not gonna work with me. So that's why you see these all just in general animals and stuff. There's some other ones that are more descriptive, but they're just in the area. And I got the Lord of the Rings trilogy. It's not, well, never mind. I had this for a couple years now. Every time I read it, I get halfway through, stop for like a week, don't even recall I read the book, and then gotta start over. I was reading it like, I think it was 3 years ago. I was halfway through and that happened. Then I got David Copperfield, another Barnes & Noble's classic. Shell Games. Oh, this noise was my velociraptor. Okay. I got Shell Games, which is just like this. You know how like people smuggle or poach like real animals, like exotic animals, like native animals like the box turtles and stuff. But it's about like just this group of people trying to stop them. This one takes place like in the Seattle area of Washington. So I was reading this. I stopped on like I think page 6. So yeah. I got this at the I believe it was the Cincinnati Zoo. So yeah. Then I got Black Hawk Down. I read this. No, I haven't read this. I saw the movie. Well, I didn't saw it in theaters, but I just saw it on like on demand or Netflix. Yeah, it was Netflix. Oh no, we saw it on DVD. I think it's still on Netflix, but I haven't read this yet. I got used at a library that has a bookstore. The next book I have is Lone Survival. I read this book like twice, and it's a pretty good book. I would recommend it to anyone. It's a little more in depth than the movie. It has the training of I think the Navy SEAL who wrote this. I think his name was Marcus. I'm not sure but yeah, it was Marcus. He had an author to help him with this book. But I would recommend this. And the movie later. This falls like always. Book is better. The book only has them on their mission. Not the book, the movie. The book has them in training camp and a little before their mission. Then I got James Patterson Alex Cross series, an Alex Cross book. Kiss the Girls. It's the second one. I was reading this, and then until this happened, I was with some friends. I had this in my backpack. My pop bottle exploded, and it got all wet. That's why you see some yelling there. So yeah. Then I got Doctor Who 50th anniversary. All 11 doctors at the time. No, there was 12 doctors at the time. Not the Royal Doctor in this book. Each doctor has their own story. They came out with another one, and it's 12 doctors now. Yeah, Peter Capaldi's doctor. But the same. Basically, this book plus Peter's doctor in it. So, I might not buy it. I might buy when let's just say a couple doctors down the road, I probably would buy this again. Or maybe I might just buy it soon. And I got the People's Tycoon, Henry Ford in the American Century. Sorry. I got this at the Henry Ford Museum. And I haven't read it yet. I read like a page or two, but not all the way through. I have another one of my favorite books here, The Catcher in the Rye. Most of you guys know the Probably read it in high school. I have the blank cover version, which is the actual official version that I think J.D. Stone, it's not Stalingard, I can't pronounce his name, sorry, but is it that cover? Not the one with the carousel, which I don't know why out of all things in that book they put a carousel. I'm not sure. I think it pops up more than once in the book. I haven't read it in like 2 years, but I was going through like tough times, and this book actually made things a little easier because I could relate to Holden. So, yeah. Then I got another Barnes & Noble classic. This one has 2 books by H.G. Wells, who made like War of the Worlds. So this one includes The Time Machine and The Invisible Man. Haven't read it yet, most likely will soon. So this is this part of my library. I'm gonna make this into separate videos because it's pretty long. So yeah, hope you enjoyed.